Dear students, welcome to lecture number 6, Definite Integrals by Contour Integration, type 5th. In the last lecture, we discussed the procedure of evaluation of definite integration, which involves many valued functions. In this lecture, we some more examples on multi-valued functions. First, we take a problem. Prove that integration from 0 to infinity x raised to power alpha minus 1 upon 1 plus fx dx. We have to prove that this integration is equal to pi upon sin pi alpha if alpha lie between 0 to 1. First we take a function fz according to real valued function z raised to power alpha minus 1 upon 1 plus z, where alpha lie between 0 to 1. This is a multi-valued function. So we take a contour C here, which consists of a large circle mod z equal to r, where center of circle is origin and radius is very large, and a small circle CR. Small r is infinitesimal small, and a branch cut along the real positive x-axis of joining their ends as shown in this figure. So this contour consists a large circle CR, then a branch cut along the positive direction of x-axis from A to B, and a small circle in clockwise direction then from C to D, and z equal to 0 not lie in the contour. Okay. First we find the pole of fz. For this we put the value in denominator is equal to 0. We get the values of z equal to 0 and minus 1. Z equal to 0 is not lie in the contour. Only one simple pole z equal to minus 1 lies inside the contour. So first we find the residue at z equal to minus 1. Limit z tends to minus 1, z plus 1 fz. We put the value of z plus 1, z raised to power alpha minus 1 upon z plus 1, and we get minus 1 raised to power alpha minus 1, and minus 1 is e raised to power pi alpha. So when we calculate this value, then we get minus e raised to power iota pi alpha. Now we apply the Cauchy residue theorem. We know that the integration Cfz equal to 2 pi iota sum of residue. From the diagram we see that first we integrate along large circle CR, then along the line A to B fx dx, then small circle around z equal to 0, then C to D fz dz is equal to 2 pi iota minus sum of residue. Here z the value of residue at z equal to minus 1 is minus e iota pi alpha. First we calculate the integration CR fz dz. For this we calculate the limit mod z tends to infinitive z fz, and we get the value is 0 because alpha is less than 1, and when we take common from denominator z, then we get the here we get the value z raised to power alpha minus 1, and then on calculating we get the value of this limit is 0. Therefore the value of this integration is equal to 0. This is equation number 2. Now we calculate the value of integration minus CR fz dz. So limit z tends to mod z tends to 0 z into fz. On solving we get the value of this limit is also 0. Therefore, limit r tends to 0, integration minus CR fz dz equal to 0. This is equation number 3rd. Now we applying both limits, small r tends to 0 and capital R tends to infinity. On equation first, we get where we apply limit r tends to infinity CR fz, and here small r tends to 0 minus CR fz dz. The first and last integration becomes 0. So, we get the value of this integration is this type: limit r tends to infinity, integration along the line AB r to 0 fx dx, and then limit r tends to infinity 0 to infinity fx dx equal to 2 pi iota e raised to power iota pi alpha. Okay. Now we put the, this is important step here. Now we, because the argument along the line CD is equal to 0, so the value of x raised to power minus alpha along the CD is e raised to x raised to power alpha minus 1, and the value of x raised to power minus alpha along AB is x raised to power alpha minus 1 e raised to power 2 pi iota alpha minus 1 and e raised to power 2 pi iota dx. Okay, this step is very important step. Now we apply the limit on these integration, limit r tends to infinity, and on calculating we get 1 minus e raised to power 2 pi iota alpha 0 to infinity x raised to power alpha minus 1 upon 1 plus alpha dx. Finally, we get integration 0 to infinity x raised to power alpha minus 1 upon 1 plus x dx equal to minus 2 pi iota e raised to power iota pi alpha divided by 1 minus e raised to power 2 pi iota alpha. Okay, and on calculating we get, because we know that e raised to power x minus e raised to power minus x divided by 2 is sine hyperbolic sine e raised to power iota theta minus e raised to power minus iota theta divided by 2 is equal to sine theta. So we put this value here, we put e raised to power pi iota alpha minus e raised to power minus iota pi alpha equal to 2 iota sine pi alpha. Finally, we get the answer pi upon sine pi alpha. So in this integration, first we check the integrand is many valued function, z equal to 0 is the branch point, and we take cut along the positive direction of x axis, that is the branch cut of this function. Then we make a contour which exclude the branch point, and then we apply the Cauchy residue theorem and evaluate this integration easily. Okay. Now we take another problem. In this problem we have to evaluate integration from 0 to infinity log x upon 1 plus x square dx. Let fz equal to log z upon 1 plus z square. Mod z is always greater than 0. In this question we take branch cut from minus pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2. Okay. It is not necessary that we always take a branch cut along the positive direction of x axis. So in this question we take branch cut along minus pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2. This function is a many valued function and whose branch cut consists of origin and negative imaginary axis. Okay, we cut from minus pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2. Consider this integration and we take a contour C consist of a large circle CR where mod z equal to capital R, a line along the x-axis from minus capital R to minus R, and then a small circle minus CR, and then along the x-axis from capital R, small r to capital R according to this diagram, and this is our branch cut. Okay. So we integrate from, first we integrate from CR, then minus R to minus small r, then minus small cr, and then R to capital R. First we find the pole of the function, that is pole of this function. When we put 1 plus z square equal to 0, then we get z equal to plus minus iota, and z equal to iota lies inside the contour. Residue, first we find the, because z equal to iota is only pole which lie inside the contour, so we find the residue at z equal to iota. From the formula limit z tends to iota z minus iota fz, we get the value of residue is pi by 4, because log iota is equal to iota pi by 2. The value of log iota is iota pi by 2. When we put the value of log iota is iota pi by 2, then we get the value pi by 4. So residue at z equal to iota is pi by 4. Now we apply the Cauchy residue theorem. We know that integration Cfz dz is equal to 2 pi iota sum of residue, and we calculate the value of residue is pi by 4. We put here, and this result is iota pi square by 2. Now according to the diagram, this first we integrate along CR, then minus R to minus small r, then minus small cr, because this this circle is in clockwise direction, and then from small r to capital R. Okay, so we put these all the integration here, and the value in right hand side is iota pi square by 2. Fz equal to log z upon z square plus 1. We know that log z is equal to log mod z plus iota theta, that is log modulus of z plus iota argument of z, where z equal to r e raised to power iota theta. On the real axis, when we integrate from r to capital R, then our argument is theta. So we put the here theta equals to 0. So we get fx equal to log x upon 1 plus x square, because along the x axis z is equal to x. So we here we put the value of z equal to x. But when we integrate from minus capital R to minus small r, then we know that here theta is equal to pi. So we put in here theta equals to pi. We know that e raised to power 2 pi iota equal to 1. So the value of function is this. So when we put the value of function from r to capital R, then we use this function, and when we put the value of function from minus r to minus small r, then the value of function is this. First we calculate these two integration, integration from CR fz dz, and then integration from r to capital R fx dx. So first we calculate this. Integration CR fz log z upon 1 plus z square dz. We put the value of log z equal to, because z equal to capital R e raised to power iota theta. So we put the value of z equal to log r plus iota theta, and in denominator we put the z equal to r e raised to power iota theta, and dz equal to iota r e raised to power iota theta d theta. Okay. Now we say by triangular inequality we know that mod z1 plus z2 equal to less than equal to mod z1 plus mod z2. So we apply the triangle inequality, and by ML theorem, ML inequality, we find the value of this integration, and this integration we get r log r modulus log r upon r square minus 1 into pi plus r upon r square minus 1 pi square by 2. This value of this right hand side in this inequality tends to 0 as capital R tends to 0. So, we say that the value of this integration when r tends to infinity is equal to 0. So, we find the value of this integration is equal to 0. Now, we calculate the value of integration from limit r tends to 0 minus CR fz dz. So, in the similar way we calculate capital R tends to 0, the value of this integration is equal to 0. Now, we apply the limit r tends to infinity and small r tends to 0 in equation. First we get this equation, okay. Integration CR fz dz and minus CR fz dz, both integration are 0, and when we put integrate from minus capital R to minus small r, then we use the function log mod x plus iota pi upon x square plus 1, and when we integrate from r to capital R, then the value of function is log x upon x square plus 1 dx equal to iota pi square by 2. Now we calculate these integration. Now we adjust these two integration here, because the value of this integration from 0 to r, because this function is this and this function are also even function. So, the value of this function is twice 0 to infinity log mod x upon x square plus 1. Now, we compare the real and imaginary part on both sides. So, we get when we equating the real part, then we get the value of integration from 0 to infinity log x upon x square dx equal to 0, and when we comparing the imaginary part on both sides, then the value of integration from 0 to infinity upon 1 plus x square dx equal to pi by 2. So, we get the value of this integration easily by contour integration. So, in the second example we see that it is not need to take branch cut along the positive direction of x axis. We take branch cut along any curve or any axis. I hope all understand these two problems. Thank you.